Hey everybody, this is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy Solution. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday today. Today is Thursday, so this is Emily and I's fasting day. I'm going to have my first and only meal today at 2 o'clock. I'm going to have a good high fat, moderate protein, very low carb meal today as my last meal. Matter of fact, my carbs will probably be today at a total of 10 grams for my only meal. Emma and I went on vacation for 3 or 4 days. Did pretty good. We stuck to our eating plan because that's just our lifestyle. But I did do a couple things there that I probably normally wouldn't do, but it had no effect on me. But I'm just going to go ahead and cleanse myself out. So I'll do a couple of prolonged fasting just to cleanse me out. But I will not, after my last meal today at 2, I will not have anything at all until 2 o'clock tomorrow. I'm doing true fasting, so my last meal yesterday was actually at 2 o'clock, and I've only had water, my hydrogen-rich water with my sea salt and black coffee. I'm having my last black coffee right now before I break my fast. Now, because I've done a couple prolonged fastings in a row, it's very critical that I break my fast properly to ease into my first solid meal of the day. So we have a protocol, which I think is probably one of the best ones out there because it not only feeds our gut with good gut bacteria, but it also gives us good digestive enzymes a half hour to 45 minutes before I have my first main meal. And it's very easy on the gut, and I'm also getting a little bit of fiber along with it. So I'm going to break my fast with, first of all, Emily makes her own homemade kefir, which is probably the best way to break a fast because of all the nutrients that are in it. Massive amounts of B vitamins, massive amounts of probiotics, and that's digestive enzymes to help me digest my food in about 45 minutes. But I'm also going to add a tablespoon of chia seeds, which is a good source of protein. Plus, it's got some good fatty acid in it, or omega-3, which is what I want. And so it's not a whole lot of it, so I'm not going to really upset my cortisol level because when we're fasting, when I'm fasting, or when I'm working out in the fasted state, I don't like to have a meal right after I'm done working out because my cortisol is so high. And if I have any kind of a fat or any kind of carbs at all right after I lift, it's going to cause issues with my cortisol and my insulin. I'll spike my insulin too high. So I'm very careful with that. So anyway, like I said, this is Thursday and this is our fasting day. Today, guys, the topic is something you guys need to know because right now there's a mass of health professionals. There's even doctors they're the supplement company right now. They're all jumping on the bandwagon on this ketogenic diet. And what they're jumping on is they're looking at the science of the huge health benefits when it comes to switching your body from the primary energy source of burning carbs to burning fat. Because now they see the science, they have plenty of clinical research. You guys know I'm into science very, very heavily. That they've got tons of clinical research showing the benefits of ketones. That's when your body, the ketones is what your body burns. When it burns the fat goes into the liver will produce ketones, and the health benefits of ketones as your primary energy source is phenomenal, especially when you get in certain levels like autophagy. It's just phenomenal. So what's happened? Well, it's always happens this way. When something actually works, and science is saying, yeah, we have the clinical research. Ketones are a great food source for the brain. There's so many beneficial effects it has on many, many disease models, dementia, type 1 or type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, reversing fatty livers, losing that excess belly fat, which causes hormonal imbalance. I mean, there's just tons of it. So what does the supplement companies do? They always do this. They jump on the bandwagon. They produce or manufacture in labs all these different types, or all the different companies, different brands, saying that, my ketone works better, my ketones work better, on and on. You guys have been through that. You've read this, and they're expensive. So this is what's going on out there. And now what's really sad about all this is I've seen some health professionals now getting involved in producing and making their own ketone supplements out there. And I had a lot of respect for them. But now they're pushing their own brands, and the research that I'm doing and how the physiology of the body actually works, you guys have heard me talk about this before in the past. You cannot mimic Mother Nature. You cannot mimic the body's natural, its natural mechanisms to produce ketones. You can't mimic that, because there's a very fine line. It's just like you guys that are taking these electrolytes in these powder forms. I mean, they're made in a lab. The ketones are made in a lab. How in the world do they know how to match what Mother Nature has done with electrolytes in the sea salt or in a clean water that's not been contaminated? They can't. It's literally impossible. But the supplement company, some of these health professionals that are now producing their own ketone supplements, they're looking at what? And you guys know what that answer is. They're looking at the money, because they're jumping on the bandwagon looking at what the clinical research is saying about ketones. So what's really sad, guys, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time, I want to see some scientific clinical research actually showing that supplements do the same thing as the body naturally does when it takes your own stored body fat, because you've depleted your liver of all the carbohydrates you've been eating. It will take its own body fat, dump it into the liver, and naturally produce its own ketones. There is no clinical research that even shows that. What's really sad about all those supplements, I mean, there's a ton of them, guys. You're going to get confused trying to figure out which one's the best, and they're very expensive. You're going to spend money on ketone supplements when your body will naturally do it by just changing your lifestyle to a primal meals or a ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting, and actually use your own body fat to produce ketones? You just realize what I just said? How does it make sense? Why in the world would you want to buy supplements that are trying to trick the body and putting in what I would call synthetic ketones, and not use your own body fat, because isn't that what you want to do anyway? So why not burn all that body fat you have off that you want to get off anyway? Why are you spending the money on supplements and you're not even going to dip into your own body fat for ketones? And besides, you can't fool the body. The body isn't stupid. Now, there is a little bit of research. People have been doing some research on supplements, and some of the reports have been coming out. Like I said, these aren't clinical research. These are just people that have been trying to really evaluate supplement ketones, because if you really think about it, there's a lot of side effects to a lot of supplements out there, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're most likely going to disrupt your own digestive system, because that's the first place that gets affected by a non-working supplement is the gut. And when you affect the gut or the digestive system, it's like a snowball effect when it comes to your health. And so there's been some individual research that have said that some of the ketone supplements out there are causing gut issues. They've also researched a lot of the different supplements out there to see about the ingredients, and of course they all have different ingredients in them, and they're all trying to match what the body's natural ketones are. And the majority of the ones they research, they don't even have the right ingredients to even let the body utilize it. So you've got to deal with that. And that's another one. You're wasting money because on something that doesn't even work. That doesn't make sense. It's also, back to what I said, guys, these supplements are made in the lab. Think about that. You know, nothing in the lab is good. It's good. I mean, the body does not recognize lab supplements. If they're made in a lab, the body is just not going to recognize it. Now, there are some minerals that are made in the labs that may have some effect. They're not as good as a natural source when it comes to foods, obviously. Some of you are not eating enough good greens to get the minerals you need, or the greens you are eating are depleted from those minerals because you're not buying either organic ones or they're not fresh, so you're not getting the minerals. You know, Emily and I, the only supplements we're really taking is we do a veggie protein powder. We've been doing it for 40 plus years. I do Dr. Axe's collagen protein powder, and I also do turmeric. I have one of the top, I have the best turmeric. We've researched tons of turmeric, and this is the only one that helps my chronic arthritis in both shoulders. So I do those. But I don't take anything else. That's it. I only take ones that I know that actually do help me and have helped my clients in the past. But I just want you guys to see. I don't want you to get duped. I don't want you to actually get hung up on all these advertisements out there that are saying, you know, by taking ketone supplements, it's going to raise your ketones. And actually that is true. It will raise your ketones. Think about what I'm saying here, okay? You're taking a supplement that is designed to be for the liver to convert those supplements into ketones. So then the ketones, your ketone levels in your blood is raised up. All right? But what happened to your stored body fat? That's where the natural ketones are sitting. If you're overweight, you got tons and tons of unreal energy, rocket fuel, sitting in your own fat that you're not even touching because you are trying to raise your ketones because you're seeing people or these supplement companies saying when your ketones are up, you're actually burning fat, and that's absolutely not true because you're using a supplement to trick the body thinking it's got good ketones, but you're not actually going into your own fat stores and you're not absorbing the fat out of there to go into your liver to produce ketones. Do you get what I'm saying here? Doesn't that make sense? It's just like when I put somebody on my online personal coaching. Now, if I have somebody that's a type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic or somebody that's got a fatty liver, we change their lifestyle. We change them to we walk into this fat burning very slowly because your body, you guys have heard me say this tons of times. You can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, or you can go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page, and you'll see all the research about what I'm talking about. But you guys, you have to be able to convert. You want to take your own stored body fat and use that to produce the ketones, and that is going to feed the brain. That is going to help most all diseases, and the benefits and getting into that environment is huge. And the difference between that, doing it naturally versus taking a ketone supplement, is going to be the science. Because science backs when you take your own stored body fat and convert it into ketones, there's the benefits. There is no science at all backing the supplements. And if someone is saying that, yeah, we have science, that's BS. You guys have been following me long enough to know real clinical science is what? If science has been done over time, it takes a ton of money, and it's published in a very substantial journal, a real science journal, and it's in an abstract form. So you guys have heard me explain this to you. That's real science. So don't get fooled about these ketones supplements. Be patient, okay? Yes, if you're going to do it naturally, it takes a little time. You know, I've had clients that have gone into what they call ketosis. Ketosis means your liver is producing ketones because you've eliminated carbohydrates, and now your body has switched over to its own body fat. I have had clients go into ketosis in 3 or 4 days after we've changed their lifestyle. And sometimes some people it takes a week, sometimes 2 weeks. It depends on the person and how long they've been a carboholic. So you've got to be patient because the benefits are humongous compared to taking supplements. Now, doesn't it make it humongous? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to burn your own stored body fat to produce ketones that have humongous amount of health benefits? That would be a better way to do it, right? So don't spend the money, guys. You're just wasting your money. You're blowing your money, and you're feeding these supplement companies that are not telling you the truth. The only reason why, and then that's what makes it really sad, guys, is that these health professionals that I've been listening to for the last few years, I had a lot of respect for them. And now all of a sudden they're jumping on the bandwagon just like the supplement companies are, and they're coming up with their own ketone supplement. They know better. They know the natural way, the healthy way is the best way. But yet they're jumping on the bandwagon because it's money motivated. Okay, guys? Don't get duped and don't get caught up. If you're taking supplement ketones now, eventually there's going to be issues. Eventually, if you think you're losing body fat from taking them, eventually it's going to stop. Just mark my word. Your body is not stupid. Trust me. Okay, you guys, so that's my take on supplements. Some of you may not like what I said, but I really don't care. I want the truth to get out there, okay? So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Oh, by the way, guys, like I said, go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page, join it, and I have some fat-burning recipes in there. I have some of my clinical research in there on different topics and stuff. And go to my YouTube channel too and subscribe to it. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.